2 attacks in a week is pretty significant on some of Britain's biggest retailers. And I guess the problem is, as our kind of security gets more robust across businesses in Britain and around the world, the tools that these cyber criminals use are also getting more kind of efficient and more robust, and their techniques, their tactics are evolving as well to constantly bypass security measures that are put in companies like M&S and Co-op. But it is worth saying that Co-op's security systems clearly did work, because they actually managed to stop the attack that was kind of planned for them. They noticed that cyber criminals were trying to get into their systems and shut down the bits that they were trying to get into before they were breached.
And what's fascinating about this, there's often, I mean, I don't know very much about technology, but from what I've read is that, you know, these kind of viruses, if you like, or they find an open door and they get into the system, and then sometimes it may take days or weeks for them to actually launch an attack. So they have multiplied inside. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what's really kind of interesting, especially with the group that we think is linked to all of this, or especially linked to the M&S attack, is the way that they get into the system. So this group is known specifically for exploiting human vulnerabilities. So those moments where you're a bit kind of stressed and you're logging on quite quickly to something, or you get a text from someone pretending to be IT support and you click on the link, that's what they're doing. That's how they're getting into these major corporations and major businesses.
And just in terms of this group, I mean, what are they after? Is it simply money? Because I read that often companies do just in the end pay out.
Yeah, I mean, so this group, they're called Scattered Spider. That's a name that was given to them by a cybersecurity firm a few years ago when they kind of became really notorious. They are very financially motivated. So you have different groups, you have kind of different categories of cyber attackers. So you have nation-state attackers, and then those kind of the smaller financially motivated groups, and these are one of them. So their biggest, most infamous hack was a few years ago. They hacked MGM, who run the Caesars casinos in Las Vegas, and they managed to shut down the casino operations for long enough that Caesars paid them $15 million just to get their systems back online. So they're incredibly financially motivated.
And just very finally, Mickey, I mean, at the end of the day, this is always going to be a tug of war, isn't it, effectively, between the cyber criminals and companies trying to kind of keep ensuring that they're ahead of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, these groups are evolving their tactics as quickly as security companies are evolving their firewalls. And I think what's really key is it's not just about, when you talk about companies shoring up their defences now, they won't just be looking at, you know, firewalls and logins and things like that. They'll also be trying to make sure that their employees are incredibly vigilant to things like Teams calls that they weren't expecting, or people that they're not expecting to be on meetings. Those are the things that people really need to look out for.
It's trying to deal with those human vulnerabilities that you talked about. Mick, fascinating discussion. Thank you very much indeed for your time this morning.